Welcome to my home and welcome to Cooking with Madame Peters. Today we are going to make a tarte au citron, and in order to begin with our tarte au citron, which is French for lemon tart, we're going to begin with the crust. Now the crust is something that is called a pâte sucrée. So pâte means dough and sucré means that it's sugary. It is kind of a sweet dough. Oftentimes French pastries on the bottom, there are two main types of crusts. Pâte sablée, which is like a sandy one, it's a little bit more savory, and pâte sucrée, which is the sweet one, which is what we want to make for our tarte au citron. So what we need, we are going to take 1 stick of unsalted butter, and it should be at room temperature. So I pulled this stick of butter out of our refrigerator about a half an hour ago and just set it on the counter until it was ready to be cut up. So we're gonna get that cut into pieces, and we're going to put it in the stand mixer. But if you don't have a stand mixer, that's no problem. You can also use one of these. If you have one of these at home, you might be able to do it with a whisk on your own, but you would definitely need some elbow grease. So I would definitely recommend either one of these mixers, or if you happen to have a stand mixer at home. So yeah, we're just gonna cut up the butter. See, it goes nice and easy into the stand mixer. And I want to cut it into smaller pieces just so that it will easily incorporate into the sugar. And then the next step is to take a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. When you're measuring dry ingredients, it's a really good idea to use these types of cups instead of one of those ones that you can like pour out of. Those are generally used for liquids, where this is used for dry ingredients. So I'm just gonna put in a 1/4 cup of sugar in with my butter, and then I'm also going to put a 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt in here as well. So I'm just gonna sprinkle that on in. And then I'm going to let my mixer do the work. Okay, so this has been mixing for about 2 to 3 minutes, and I'm gonna shut it down so that you can see what it looks like in here. It has turned a very pale yellow, so I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna kind of scrape the sides down a little bit. And it's really important. This step is called creaming the butter and the sugar together. So, oopsies. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it one more time. And now I'm going to add my flour. So for the flour, I'm gonna add 1 cup of all-purpose flour. When I add my flour, so I get a big heaping spoonful like this, which is my cup, and then I take a knife, a butter knife, and I use the back of it to just kind of level it off. Now you don't want your flour to be super packed down in there. You just want to have a nice even cup. When you are cooking, there's a lot more that you can do to just kind of spice things up and do what you want. But when you're baking, it's pretty important that you're right on with your measurements. So I'm gonna put this 1 cup of flour in, and I'm gonna let my mixer do the work. I'm gonna let it incorporate. Whoopsies. So important you get it exactly right. Okay, I'll just do a smidge more since we lost some. Okay. I'm gonna let this go for about 30 seconds until the flour gets incorporated. So my mixer went on for about 30 seconds, and you can see that it is coming together rather nicely. It's kind of crumbly. That's exactly what we want. And now we're gonna add 1 egg yolk. So if you've never separated an egg before, I'm gonna show you how to do that. Now there are a multitude of ways to separate an egg from its yolk. In French, an egg is called un œuf. There's an old French joke about omelets and why the French why they never have a 2-egg omelet, and it's because 1 egg is enough. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so what you do is, and also the egg, the white, is called le blanc, which is the word for white in French, and the yolk is actually just called le jaune, which is just called the yellow. So I'm going to crack my egg. We always have 2 little bowls out to do this, and as I do it, I'm going to let the white fall off, and I'm just going to kind of go back and forth here. Now, it's kind of a misnomer because the blanc, if you look at it, the white is actually more a clear goop, but when you beat it, it becomes white, or if you cook it, it becomes white. And then of course the yellow is the yolk. So I'm going to put that in my mixture here. I'm going to use a rubber spatula to get all of that yummy yolk out. And then I'm going to once again let my mixer do the work as it comes together. Okay, I'm going to take that off, push it all down and in. You can see this is all coming together nicely. I'm just going to let it go one more time here. It's looking very, very good. One more time. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this all off of the paddle here, and I'm going to wrap this in cling wrap. I'm going to form it into a disc. Oh, also, if you like to have egg white omelets or something, don't necessarily throw this away. You can cook it up. It's great to you can put it in like a mug with a little bit of butter and cook it for about 30 seconds. You can have a nice little egg white. You could put it on a piece of toast or something like that. So yeah, you don't want to let that go to waste, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm just going to take this cling wrap and I'm going to take my dough and put this all right on here. Try to get all of it that you can because it's so yummy and it's going to make a super delicious crust for a very classic lemon tart. Do like this. I wrap it here like this and this way, and I'm just going to kind of press it down a little bit into a flat disc. Now this is going to go into the refrigerator, and it really needs to chill for at least 2 hours. It's important that you do that because it's going to make the butter that we put in there, that entire stick of butter, it's going to get all nice incorporated in there and nice and chilled. And then when we bake it, the butter is going to help separate the crust a little bit, so you're going to get a nice flaky, just a tiny bit crumbly crust that is just super, super tasty. Hi, so we're back. This pie disc, the pâte sucrée, was in the refrigerator for a little over 2 hours. I had some grocery shopping that I needed to do, so it was great. I made this ahead of time, stuck it in the refrigerator, and now I'm back to finish the rest of my recipe. I did take this out about 20-25 minutes ago because it does need to just warm up a little bit so that you can actually roll it out to fit your pie pan. So I'm going to use a pie pan like this. If you have a Tarte pan at home, that's the real way that you do it, but I unfortunately don't have a Tarte pan, so I'm just going to do it with my pie pan. So I'm going to unroll it out of my disc. I've got some all-purpose flour here that I'm going to lay out on my clean counter. So I'm gonna have that a well-floured surface, and I'm just gonna do a little bit on my rolling pin here. And then I'm also just gonna take a bit and sprinkle it on the top and on the bottom of my dough. Now, here's where you get to bang it out a bit. Okay, I'm gonna keep working it out a little bit, and I'm gonna start rolling it. So my goal is to get it to be about 1/4 of an inch thick, and I also want it to be as big as my pie plate, or my pie tin, so that it can go all the way around it. So I'm just gonna go. Don't worry about if it's cracking on the edges. You can kind of put that back together as it goes in the pan. You're gonna start in the middle, and you're gonna roll it on out. I'm gonna kind of push it back together just a smidge as I can. Doesn't have to be perfectly smooth or anything like that. That's one of the great things about French cooking is it always looks really nice, but part of it, many recipes are very rustic. So when you use the word rustic, it doesn't have to be super perfect. In fact, less perfect is even better. That's what I say anyway. So I'm just gonna keep on working this out. So now I'm gonna once again flour my rolling pin. And in order to get it from the counter to the pie pan, I'm gonna kind of come up around here like this, and I'm just gonna loosely roll it around my rolling pin. Just nice and loosely, like so. So that way I can lift it here and re-roll it into my pie pan, like so. Okay, well, it didn't go all that well, but that's okay. We said it doesn't have to be perfect. You can kind of take that apart there, and then we can kind of push here, and we're just gonna kind of fill in the pieces, and we'll make it look a little bit prettier a little bit later. It's looking pretty good. Okay, once I get all of this into the pie plate like this and it's lightly pressed down, now I have to put it in the refrigerator one more time. If you remember earlier, I talked about making sure that the butter is nice and cold while it's in there. That's why we do this next step. So I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for about another half an hour while I preheat my oven, and then we'll be ready to bake it with nothing in it. We'll make the custard that goes in for the actual tart, and then we'll have our tarte au citron all finished up.